Good afternoon, good evening. I am Prophet Kiana with a prophetic message, guys. And today's prophetic message is titled, "The Old Testament Still Stands." The Old Testament still stands. So, Holy Spirit, allow me to be aligned so I can be able to deliver what needs to be delivered, free from any confusion forming up, as well as allow me to be released with everything that needs to be spoken and delivered for this prophetic message to go through. Guide me until I'm sure. Lead me and guide me. What's up, everybody? So I received this message on 10/14 to 24. So it been cooking up in my spirit for the last few days. There was a woman who inboxed me about the Old Testament, telling me that they don't partake in doing the things of the Old Testament, but they do the things of the New Testament. So what I began to hear in the spirit is about how God shows us with Adam and Eve the reason why we're on the earth. It was because of what they've done. Okay? And so then it shows us how Noah, who was found to be good in the sight of the Lord, how he protects you and shelter you from things or storms or from things getting ready to occur. How he will protect you in those who are tied to you and help you build things and create things, because he showed Noah how to build an ark to get him ready for what was coming. And so then with Abraham, it goes to show us when you do what God has called you to do, because he doesn't ask, he commands you to do it. And so just like Abraham and Sarah, it goes to show how God will bless you through your enemies, because Abraham was blessed through Pharaoh because he gave up his wife Sarah to Pharaoh, because he told Sarah to tell Pharaoh that she was his sister. And so he was blessed because he moved. He did what God called him to do. And so it also goes to show us that how if you are a person who God has blessed to see dreams or see visions, that how your family will be against you, and how people could attack you as well on the outside of your family, because Potiphar's wife said that Joseph tried to rape her, and how God could create you as a generational curse breaker. Then it also shows us how Moses was supposed to be killed as a child, because Pharaoh put out an order for every child under a certain age to be killed. And so how Moses was defending another Levite, he killed an Egyptian, buried him in the sand, and so he went away and changed his ways. And God brought him up to be a servant of his, to direct and guide his people out of bondage. How God can use you to be a servant. And so his laws, he had written them on a tablet. Those laws still stand in the Old Testament. What you eat still stand in the Testament. The Old Testament. Only thing is different is we no longer sacrificing animals to God. But the festivals are strict. And it's to give blessings back to God for everything that he allowed you to sow, that you have reaped from. You have to give back to the Father, because he has blessed you. You have to give back to who? has given to you. The Old Testament still stands. Anytime it's talking about huts or temples, wherever you were at when you were broken free from bondage, whatever, you have to give back. You have to celebrate these things in the Old Testament. God has commanded this. If you are really a servant, or if you really worship God, if you really seeking Him, if you really loving Him, if you really, it's the one that He has chosen. Those festivals have to be done. You got to worship Him like never before. You have to give back to Him. Animals is what? That's a noun, because that's a person, place, or thing. You have to give back some things back to God. No, we're not sacrificing animals anymore to God, but we're going to give back tithes and offering. Even give up some things for God. Drinking, smoking, drugs, fornication, whatever it may be. But you got to surrender things to God. You have to pay back. Old Testament still saying, I don't know who's teaching you. Where are you getting that information from? Old Testament still saying, God has to be blessed. That who He has blessed. You got to get back to the Father. How else are you going to ever continue to be blessed? My life is not my own. To you I belong. I give myself to you. Oh, my life is not my own. Ooh, to you I belong. I give myself to you. Oh, my life is not my own. To you I belong. I give myself to you. I give myself to you. So Old Testament still saying, festivals you are supposed to celebrate. God has commanded certain festivals are supposed to be celebrated. You got to get back to the Father what you have a harvest from the fields that you have sown in. Whether it's singing, whether it's rapping, whether it's whatever God has blessed you to do, businesses, whatever it is that God has blessed you to have. Because God don't just bless you with little, He bless you with a lot, abundance. You have to get back to the Father. Get back. So I need to this needed to be clarified because people need to know. You can't listen to everybody. Be mindful of that. You have to give to the Father. So Holy Spirit, thank you. Thank you, Adam.